Yeah, women in Nairobi and in Kenya in general, like, y'all need to be so much, you need to do a lot when it comes to your sexual lives, because it's not normal, though. It's not normal. Apora is telling me it's visible. So I can start this class for today, ne? Can I start the class, please? Last week we talked about, in the previous class, we learned, and by the way, guys, I know that I said our topic today was going to be the enemy of Heka and woman power, and then we were going to study Bantu as divine feminine and their opposite Nephthys, and then Niloids as the divine masculine, and then their opposite Seth. But that two parts, because of the preparation of this, because of the intensity of this particular class, the last two topics are going to be doing them on Sunday. So now, some Sundays we're going to be doing classes, some Sundays we're going to be doing the reading of Zabur. We will balance. Because I also want the classes to also go. I don't want to take so long before we round back to another class. So just know that. So this Sunday we're going to be having now the class of explaining Bantu in relation to Nephthys and then Niloids in relation to Seth. Otherwise, let's start with the main enemy of Heka and woman power. So in the previous class, we were able to learn that Anubis monitors the scales of truth and the scales of Ma'at to protect the dead, which is the intuitive realm, from deception and eternal death. And we even demonstrated that particular occurrence. We demonstrated it and we said, by looking here, we were able to note that Anubis, which is the left arm, your intuition, is constantly monitoring the scales of Ma'at in order to protect the realm of the dead from deception and eternal death. So it is a woman's intuition that is in constant communication with the truth and justice of her life. So as a woman, trust your intuition. As a woman, you need to be somebody who you trust your intuition more than anything, because it is your intuition that is in direct connection with your scale of truth, which is the scale of Ma'at. And that is the same image that we have on this particular side, where we have what? Anubis monitoring the scale of truth. The scale of truth is this particular Hathor area, the Scorpio area, the area of self-desire. This is the place. So, Anubis, which is the intuition, let me go back. Anubis monitors the scales of truth, which is the scales of Ma'at, to protect the dead, which is the intuitive realm from deception and eternal death. So now the main enemy of Heka, still on the main enemy of Heka. Your intuition monitors your desires. So this image, as I told you last week, I'm just returning to the things I told you. Your intuition, the left hand, your intuition monitors your desires as a woman to ensure you are manifesting things that are beneficial to your emotional well-being. Why should you always trust your intuition as a woman? Because it is your intuition that is in constant contact with your spiritual realm. And it is your intuition that helps you to manifest things that are appropriate to your emotional well-being. Without this monitoring work of your intuition, without your intuition monitoring your desires to ensure you manifest things that are suitable for your well-being, without this particular intuition doing this, there's an enemy called Apophis, waiting to drive any woman into manifesting things that are destructive to her essence and emotional well-being. So let me talk about that a little further. Your intuition as a woman monitors your desires to ensure you are things
down what you said.
that are beneficial to your essence and emotional well-being. That's why you have an intuition as a woman.
Yes.
In order for it to keep you in contact with the spirit, with the spiritual realm, with the realm of the dead, with the ancestral realm. So that you can take things from the ancestral realm that are suitable for your emotional well-being into the physical dimension.
Don't be afraid of the
So now without your intuition, a woman that doesn't utilize their intuition to monitor, to stay in contact with their spirit realm, with their ancestral realm, you open yourself up to an enemy called a pen or Apophis, who is a spirit that is always on standby, waiting to drive any woman who doesn't trust their intuition, who doesn't stay in contact with their intuition. A pet is always waiting to drive that particular woman into manifesting things that are destructive to her essence and emotional well-being. So you know that people think that, oh, if I don't trust my intuition, I'm just fine. No! It's just like saying, oh, if I don't believe in God, I'm just fine. No! The absence of God is the presence of the devil, automatically. The absence of intuition is the presence of a pen, automatically. The moment the intuition doesn't occupy your left hand, a pet is there. A pet is the one that is now occupying it. So always know there is no hiding when it comes to the spiritual realm. If you don't give yourself up to the angelic realm, it means you are declaring support to the demonic realm automatically. So I repeat, your intuition is the one that monitors your desires as a woman to ensure you are manifesting things that are beneficial to your essence and emotional well-being. Without this monitoring work of your intuition, there's an enemy called Apep or Apophis waiting to drive any woman into manifesting things that are destructive to her essence and emotional well-being. The spirit called Apep, this spirit called Apep or Apophis is the spirit that opposes creation of truth and justice by women in favor of chaos and disorder. Whenever you are following your intuition, you are enforcing truth and justice, because the ancestral realm is all about truth and justice. The moment you stop enforcing truth and justice, you are now in support of chaos and disorder. And that is what Apep is all about. Anubis, or your intuition, is all about truth and justice, which is order, which brings to order and peace. Now the opposite of intuition, the lack of intuition, means favoring chaos and disorder. So now let's continue. Introduction to Apep now. What is Apep?
I'll be able to move one step closer.
Let me go back to that last statement. This spirit called Apep or Apophis is the spirit that opposes the creation of truth and justice by women in order to favor chaos and disorder.
I carry that memory with me today, and it helps
intuition is the natural protector of self-analysis. So your intuition, you know, what is your self-analysis? That Virgo energy that is always about do no evil, accept no evil. What protects it directly? Your intuition. So intuition is the protector of Ra, and then your intuition also is the protector, is the natural protector of Ma'at, the realm of the dead. So your intuition is the one that protects the truth and justice of the world, and it is the intuition that protects Ra, the realm of self-analysis. For you to be able to analyze things properly, your intuition must be alive. When divine intuition is active, no more makes it to the physical realm. All disorder ends in the spirit realm. So look at this particular image. The intuition. This is the left hand of this particular woman. The intuition, which is the left hand, is the natural protector of self-analysis. This is the relationship between the natural relationship between man and woman. This can be a mother and son, wife and husband, sister and brother. Any relationship between man and woman is always, the woman is always helping in the self-analysis of the man. Because intuition is the one that protects Ra. And intuition also is the one that protects Ma'at over here. So when divine intuition is active, the intuition of the woman, women who have relationships with men, you are the one who is always supposed to tell that man, take action, don't take action. This man is looking like he's holding wheelbarrow.
Nothing's impossible.
He's holding his wheelbarrow. It is the work of the woman to tell the man, go this direction, go this direction. Analysis from her intuition.
But you have
the
to
woman, you are like the real
estate
estate manager from the ancestral realm. The man is the worker in the physical dimension. The woman is the one who's telling the man, okay, we are now going to build the pyramid. This is how you're going to do it. That is the job of the woman. Now the man is to do.
Well.
So when divine intuition is active, no war makes it to the physical dimension because all wars are fought in the spirit realm.
Because that's what Jenna showed you.
The woman is the one that tells the man now, go to the battlefield. Or don't go to the battlefield. Apep is the natural enemy of truth and justice.
Consistently will get you closer to your...
So Apep is the natural enemy of spirit real. Truth and justice comes from the spirit realm. Guys, it might not be easy to comprehend because we live in a world that discredits intuition so much. Nobody is awarded for being intuitive. Nothing, there's no school system for intuition. And that is to kill intuition. Because intuition is the truth. Intuition is the spirit realm, and the spirit realm is the truth. That is the realm of the Ma'at, and that is the realm of truth. So all truths about the one are inside intuition. Divine joy, my dear. So Apep is the natural enemy of truth. What is Apep? Lies. Fake. Fake news. Fake gossip. Fake charm. Things that are not true. That are not rooted in truth. Apep is the deity that automatically assumes presence anywhere that intuition is absent. Anybody that doesn't live by the rules of their intuition, anybody that doesn't think from intuition into memory,
does that sound like
Apep is the one that controls them. So we are going to see the realm of the intuition. What happens in the realm of the intuition? We already know that the realm of the intuition is the realm of the dead. But why do we have the realm of the dead alongside with us as we live our lives? Now, anywhere that intuition is absent, justice and truth and analysis, Ra and Ma'at, also automatically become absent. And Apep, chaos and disorder takes over. So when you look at it, I don't know whether I've showed you, I've not showed you the image of Apep first. I'll show you later. So the absence of intuition here. Anywhere that intuition is absent, the last statement, anywhere that intuition is absent, truth and justice and analysis also become absent. You will not know whether to do evil or to take evil when your intuition is not present.
That last part you put that you
so truth and justice are not present where intuition is not present. So you know where we live in. We are living in the dark ages where intuition is not present. Truth and justice is not present. Guys, know that when you're living through this particular dimension. Be aware of the timeline you're living in. Some people are living as if we are in a sacred timeline. We are in the dark of the darkest ages. The middle of a pet. That's where we are. The ones who speak the truth, they seem like they're mad. While the ones who don't know anything are the ones who seem bright. That is the timeline we are on. Be aware so that you don't go misunderstanding things. When you're not aware of the timeline we are on, you will ask a lot of questions, you will wonder a lot of things unnecessarily. You'll wonder, why is this happening to this person? Why is this person in this situation? Why is this whatever? If you know the timeline we are on, you will not ask any question because everything will make sense to you. Now, anywhere that intuition is absent, justice is not present, truth is not present, analysis is not present, and chaos and disorder takes over. Now, the absence of intuition, which is the emotional presence, when manifesting, births Apep. And Apep is the one that baits the woman into manifesting chaos, disorder, and disaster. I want to explain this well for you. We learned about this last week, but listen, what causes this? from this and this condition is where we get endometriosis, fibroids, PCOS, all those. How do we call that? Cervical cancer, whichever. It is from this situation that we get all the uterus menstrual problems. So now, absence of intuition, which is the emotional presence. Emotional presence. When manifesting. When you're manifesting and then absence of this intuition, which is emotional presence, is what gives birth to a pep. When your uterus is like this, when your womb is like this or like this, you've given birth to a pep. And that a pep baits you into manifesting chaos and disorder and disasters, not just for yourself but other people as well. So women who have these particular problems, remember fibroids come from this, endometriosis come from this, PCOS come from this, I don't know which other one, cancer, cervical cancer, whichever, UTI, meaning, all of it comes from this arrangement of this particular thing. So in normal women, the womb bows to the emotion of the woman, resulting into manifestations that fully favor the emotional well-being of the woman. So when a woman's manifestation bows to her intuition, she creates from her intuition, then she has a normal life and a normal womb. In some women, the womb refuses to bow to the intuition. The womb refuses to bow to the emotional well-being of that woman, resulting into manifestations that do not favor the emotional well-being of that woman. And in other cases, the womb becomes demonic, meaning it goes the opposite direction of the woman's intuition, resulting into manifestations that are actually demonic to the emotional well-being, like endometriosis, fibroids. Those are situations that are actually demonic to that particular woman. When a woman is manifesting things that are contrary to her intuition, manifesting things that are contrary to her intuition, things that bow to her intuition. So, a pep is very important to a woman. Because when you are a woman, you might think that we tell you, yeah, trust your intuition, trust your intuition. So what is the consequence of not trusting your intuition? A pep. A pep is the deceiver. That is the consequence of not trusting your intuition. You will get yourself in shit. Personally, one of the things I grew, and as a testimony, I was a woman who I always trusted my intuition since I was a young girl, without question. And then one time when I was in university, I was like, I don't want to trust my intuition. I want to fail to trust my intuition even for just this one time and see what happens. I was always having that question with myself, like I've trusted this intuition and it has things are always like amazing. So now I want to go against this and see what happened. That was me in university. And I got sexually assaulted. And that was the last time I said, okay, I've seen it. Now I'm never going to end it. Right now, even if you give me poison, I can never stop trusting my intuition over anything. You failing to trust your intuition is going to invite a pep for your life. You should constantly trust your intuition. You should. I've told you, me personally, the only time I failed to trust my intuition in my life since I was a little girl. The only one time I failed, I got sexually assaulted. That was the only time I was sexually assaulted. And I saw it, it was coming. It was like as it was coming, I knew it was coming. I knew it was. The seconds before it happened, I just knew, okay, this is the reason my intuition was telling me not to do this. Before it happened, I reached that. And I think people who die, they always, seconds before they die, they always reach that point where they know, oh, this is the reason. Why? I shouldn't have followed this path. So anytime, and that is what happens, anytime you don't trust your intuition, a pep takes over. And the moment a pep takes over, a pep feeds on your uncertainty. A pep feeds on your doubts.
And if you want to sit
Your
with
ability
it
to
and
doubt your
tweak it
intuition,
or
your
add
ability to
anything,
doubt yourself.
most of
That
the
is what
time,
a
I
pep
like
feeds
how
on.
you
And when you
resurrected
fuck
yourself.
around, you find out.
You're like, ugh. Now you put the time, but you see how it builds your confidence, right?
How do you know that
Makes you
intuition
feel
is always
good.
right?
That's what you should
Because
be focused on.
when
Don't
the intuition is
choose the
wrong,
easy way out.
it
Be
is
like,
always a
oh, why did I
lesson.
decide to do this? Oh, don't question
The
yourself.
intuition
It's
is
like,
never
oh,
wrong, and when
I
it is
need
wrong,
to rise to the
I
occasion.
listen. There
What
was
am I missing
trauma.
here? And dig deep
You are
and get
attaching
it
it
done.
to trauma. The intuition is never wrong. Meaning, whatever outcome from the intuition is always good.
Yeah.
If the outcome was not what you were expecting, it is going to be an outcome of an explanation.
Well, what bookstore? The only
Giving you the
Godwin
why.
bookstore is 2 hours
That will
away. The
detach
ones
you
we're
from a
gonna need
trauma
because
that
we're
made you
older now.
see
Those little
things the way you were not supposed to see them.
It's still far away.
I have. That's
I want
what
you
I'm
to look
gonna
at the image of
I'm looking at
Apep.
that while I'm listening to Swerve.
A pep is just a snake with legs. It does not have self-analysis. It does not have authenticity. It does not have the other 12 parts of the body. It only has a crooked self-analysis and legs. A lie that is walking. A pep is just a lie that is walking. I don't know whether you can view it properly.
It looks like, oh, why is she resending it?
Who cares?
That is what a pep is to you, my dear.
Don't
A lie
worry
that is
about
walking.
people. Always think about you.
Just a lie that has legs. That is what slander is. That is what fake news is. That is what rumors is. Things that do not have a true core. That is what they look like. So now Apep, or rather Apophis, is a deity that brings deception and eternal death to those who can't trust their own intuition, guts and instincts. So Apep is just punishment for your lack of trust to intuition. And when we reach a timeline where a lot of the population don't trust their intuition, Apep is crowned the king of that timeline. Like our own timeline. Apep, or rather Apophis, is a natural deceiver to those who don't trust their intuition. Trusting your intuition as a woman automatically defeats Apep, because Apep only feeds on your uncertainty, doubts, and chaos. Apep is there to deceive women who can't trust their intuition into manifesting chaos and disasters into their own lives. Anytime you fail to trust your intuition, you are trusting the devil. Anytime you fail to trust your intuition, you are trusting the devil. And you always know. When you are in school, you are busy answering questions. You are busy answering questions. And then you come across a question and you know the answer. Your intuition is telling you this is the answer, this is the answer. And then you doubt it. Guess what? The moment you doubt your intuition, guess what you trusted? The devil. And when the papers come back and the results come back, you see how you trusted the devil. That is life as well. Every time you doubt your intuition, you are trusting a peg. You are carrying your trust, and a peg is always waiting. A peg is there. A peg is there waiting. It's always waiting for you to doubt yourself. Because that makes you fall right into their plate. So now, the identity of Apep. The presence of intuition creates order and structure. So now let's look at the realm of intuition. What is the realm of intuition? The realm of intuition is the realm of rehearsal. Imagine I came to you today and I told you, hey, you and you and you, 5 of you, I want you to give me a choreography right now. Without rehearsal. That is the state of absence of intuition. Anybody that tells you to do that is like telling you to operate without intuition. Now, the presence of intuition is what gives you the time to prepare. Intuition is the preparation arena. Intuition is where you plan and organize yourself. Intuition is where you work on the choreograph. So the presence of intuition creates order and structure. It gives you, it makes you have a beautiful performance. By the time you're coming into memory, you already rehearsed. You are ready to perform. The realm of intuition is the realm where organizing and planning takes place before execution in the physical. Removal and deactivation of intuition is similar to removal and deactivation of the organizing and planning segment. Anybody that removes intuition is removing your rehearsal time. That person is telling you as a dance group, just come and present your dance. You are meeting for the first time, you're presenting the dance now. That is how you operate without intuition. If you decide to operate without intuition, that's how you operate. But now if you put intuition into the field, intuition is the realm of preparation. That's where the avatar is. That's why you go to copy. Inside the intuition, the choreography, the ancestors have already made the choreography. So now you're just copy-pasting it into the physical dimension. So anybody that removes the intuition is removing that connection, your connection to your choreography. You don't come here to remove things out of thin air or out of nothing to paste them into the physical dimension. You come here to remove ideas and things from the spirit realm into the physical. And that spirit realm is the intuition. So the intuition is the realm of organizing and planning. Without the organizing and planning realm, the execution becomes what? Mediocre, chaotic, and fruitless. Imagine functioning without preparation. Inside. That is what lack of intuition is. Lack of there's no structure and order. Now this absence of the organizing and the planning space is what births the spirit called apep or apophis. Mediocrity. Apophis is in mediocrity. You cannot find Apophis in high vibrational beings. Apophis only lives in mediocre environment. Among people who are shallow. Among people who have not invested deeply in themselves. And I'll repeat, the presence of intuition creates order and structure. The realm of intuition is the realm where organizing and planning takes place before execution in the physical realm takes place. The removal or deactivation of intuition is similar to removal and deactivation of the organizing and planning segments. Without the organizing and planning segment, the execution becomes mediocre, chaotic, and fruitless. Not expansive at all. That is what Zeus is all about. Zeus is all about zero preparation, resulting into zero expansion. Mediocrity, sports that never expand into anything. Nothing expands. Things are just mediocre. They keep shrinking and losing value instead of hiking and actually expanding into other things that have never been given to before.
Done today. Maybe brush up on your job.
The spirit called apep. Any woman that trusts her intuition is always busy. Listen to where apep. This is the reason why I'm telling you. Know where apep lives as well. Apep lives in the mediocre and the lazy, the ones who have nothing to do. So now the presence of intuition. Remember what I told you intuition was. Intuition is what creates structure and order. It is the realm of organizing and planning. So when you have intuition, you are naturally organized and planned. Intuitive people are naturally organized and planned. This is why women are not easy to kill. Women are not predictable. People with intuition are not predictable. They're very organized. They follow their own path. Not predictable at all. And not easy to track. So any woman that trusts their intuition is always busy. Because to trust intuition is similar to always knowing what to do next in your life. To trust your intuition is similar to always knowing what to do next in your life path, because intuition is an instruction manual from the ancestral realm. So those who have intuition, they know what to do next. Just like I was explaining to you, the difference between black and white people. People with intuition, they have manuals. There's a manual. Women, men, differences between these people, you will see. People with intuition presence, they have a manual that is always running. So they're always busy building their lives. Women who don't trust their intuition become idle. That's what the Nigerians would call busybody. Hence the saying that goes, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. An idle mind is Apophy's realm. So women who don't trust their intuition are idle naturally. Because there's no manual. Intuition is the manual. Intuition is the choreography. Intuition is the rehearsal. People who don't have intuition, they don't have the choreography, they don't have the rehearsal. So they become the devil's workshop. Any choreography the devil has, they are ready for it. Any choreography the devil has, they are ready for it. Any choreography the demonics have, they are ready for it, because they don't have their own choreography. People who don't trust their intuition, that is what they are. So Apophis become their choreographer. Intuition keeps a woman inside her own business, busy building her own, while absence of intuition keeps a woman in other people's businesses, because she has none of her own to build. Lack of intuition makes a woman an agent of Apep. So if Apep is the demonic that doesn't like truth and justice. So if Apep, when you're a woman who you don't trust your intuition, and Apep has another woman who trusts their intuition so much, and Apep doesn't like that woman, Apep will use you to go mess up that woman. And then Apep will give you your fibroids as salary. So if you don't trust your intuition, you are availing yourself for employment by Apep. If you don't want employment by Apep, trust your intuition. Because your lack of trust of intuition, there's no reward. Or there's no like that you will go with no punishment. No, there's punishment. And the punishment for you not trusting your intuition is to become a customer of Apep. Apep sends you now. Sends you to go comment on someone's self-belief, to make them stop believing in themselves. Apep will use you to go make some woman feel like unwanted. Apep will send you to go slander someone's name. If you don't trust your intuition, you're making yourself available for Apep to utilize. It's not like you will remain neutral. There's nothing like neutral here. Here we are living in a dual world. If you don't choose yourself, you are choosing the devil. It's not like I can just stay neutral and observe everybody else. No, you have to participate. If you want to stay neutral and observe everybody else, die. When you die now, you are observing everybody else. But as long as you're alive here, you are participating in a dual world. So there's nothing like staying on the fence or staying neutral. Apep, identity of Apep still. Inside timelines where truth and justice are absent, Apep rules. Inside lives or vessels where intuition is not present, Apep rules. So now Apep is set in some timelines, and Apep repels. Set repels Apep. I mean, Set repels Apep in some timelines, meaning knowledge repels lies. in some timelines, while knowledge become lies in other timelines. Both knowledge, both Apep and Set, both knowledge and lies live in cold, dark, and dangerous environments. But knowledge, which is Set, can be angelic, while Apep stays evil and destroys forever. So Apep is inside timelines where truth and justice are absent. Do you think our time, what do you think? Do you think our timeline, Apep is in our timeline? Which God, out of the creators that I've shown you, out of the deities that I've shown you, which deities do you think are stronger in our timeline? Yeah, Apep is in our timeline, raining. So that is why in today's class, I came with spells from the pyramid text, papyrus text. Now, there's a lot of spells against the spirit of Apep. Apep can be in your life. Apep is that spirit of confusion. The one that grasps onto anything when there's nothing to grasp on. Anyone can be a victim of Apep. Anyone that describes you or defines you in a way that you're not supposed to be defined is subjecting you to Apep. Anybody that says something about you that is not true is attacking you using Apep. Anybody that tries to make you feel doubt towards yourself or try to kill your self-belief is baiting you to Apep. Anybody that lies to you, guys, anybody can be a victim because anyone can be lied to. Anybody that lies, even if it is a small lie by your daughter just telling you that, Mom, I'll be staying home at night, and then they go out behind your back. That is Apep, because now they're changing the way you're looking at reality. Anybody that changes the way you look at reality, especially your own truth, from the way it is legitimately, is putting you in with Apep. And Apep has totems that you can work with against it, which is the main totem against Apep is the Mehen serpent. The Mehen serpent is the protector of truth. So you can see the Mehen serpent. There's a game called the Mehen game. Yeah, bad mouthing is Apep. All that. This is the totem that protects you against Apep. Any kind of snake is coiled in this position. It is indicating protection of truth. And it is ready to strike against anything that is false. Anytime a snake is in this position, the coiled one is the protector of truth. And anybody that is a liar, they are very scared of looking at this snake. A liar cannot look at this snake in the eye. Anybody who has the spirit of Apep very strong cannot look at that snake, at this particular beautiful creature in the eye. But just know that this particular situation, anybody that is very truthful and living by the truth, when you look at this particular snake, it's supposed to make you feel like your rescuer has come. if you're a truth teller, looking at this image should make you feel like, oh, the rescuer is there. So the mayhem serpent is just a snake that has developed wings. That is free. You know, self-analysis that is free from bondage. Self-analysis that is free from bondage is the protector of truth. The mayhem serpent is self-analysis that cannot be bound, that is free from bondage. Maybe she's just afraid because maybe she's not familiar. Also, you can be afraid because you are not familiar. But just keep looking at it, maybe 2 times, 3 times, you will be familiar and then you will be okay. There's fear from unfamiliarity that is just, you know, kukutingisha kidogo, but then there's just that demonic fear where you cannot stand it. Your body swells and you just go away. So if you want, picture of this particular totems in your house, or just look at it whenever you feel like a pet is taking over and you need the truth to reign. That's what you do. You call on to Maat. So now, I have spells here that I'm going to read. And these spells, I will probably post them in the course of time as we move. But today I just want to read them to you so that you know. Now, before I read the spells, I want to tell you their origin. But not specifically. What if your intuition is loud? But then you have to move. You have to. Intuition is manual. Intuition is choreographed. Meaning in the realm of intuition, movement is a must. There's no freezing in the realm of intuition. There's no ice. A pep is the one that stays in the cold. Set and a pep are the ones that stay in the cold. Intuition movement must be accorded, and especially timely movement. Because intuition is how the universe runs the world. And let me tell you why intuition is important. You know, I'm talking about intuition, and some people might not think that it's very important. Acting on intuition is very important because, let's say for example, there is a man somewhere who's planning to murder a woman somewhere because they believe that black woman, being black is demonic. So and then in their head they believe, this is just an example, I'm pulling it straight off my head. It's not a real story. So there's a man somewhere, they want to kill a woman because they believe this woman is dark skinned. And they're about to kill this woman because they're ignorant. They don't know that being dark skinned is actually very powerful and stuff like that. And then you are somewhere, like let's say this man is with this woman in China, somewhere in China. And then maybe you are in Australia. And then your intuition tells you to, make a video talking about how being black is such a beautiful thing, and how blah blah blah. It's just an example. I want to tell you the scenarios of intuition. 1 minute. Just give me a minute so that I can do this thing. Yeah, so just like I was saying, there's a man in China wanting to murder a melanated woman, and then your intuition tells you, create a video, blah, 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 talking about how and then this man, before he murders this woman, he sees this video. And then he's touched. And then he's like, oh, I did not know. This story is very shallow, probably can never happen, but just get the lesson behind it. So this man is like, oh my God, or maybe it can happen, I don't know. Oh my God, maybe the level of this killed this woman. I did not know that actually black people are human beings. And then that woman goes scot-free. So literally the universe has used you through your intuition to help somebody else. And that's how intuition usually works. And that's why it is important. You might think your intuition is very insignificant, even if it is a small action like this. Just pulling, making sure that, kicking a stone on the road when you're walking. Maybe that stone was on top of an ant, a really tiny ant was trying to move away from that stone for long and it couldn't. And something just tells you kick that stone and then you kick it and that ant is free. Like, I don't know whether you're getting the examples that I'm trying to bring on the importance of intuition, but intuition is very important. And when you're trusting your intuition, you just tenda wema nenda zako. Don't wait and see that, oh, I want to see the ripple effect of my intuition. Just trust your intuition and be on your way. And know that intuition is divine communication from ancestral realm. It is the way the spirit realm moves in the physical dimension through different people's intuition. Your intuition will tell you to talk about a topic that will save somebody else from going to jail. Your intuition will tell you to comment somewhere that will help somebody to see a different perspective that they never even thought of existed. Your intuition will tell you to help somebody who was stuck in a situation that only you could have. So I don't know. Just know that your intuition, whenever you trust your intuition, it is telepathic. That intuition is the very telepathic communication between realms. So yeah, and the absence of intuition now brings disorder. When you are now not trusting your intuition, now that woman is being killed in China. Now you are not trusting your intuition, now that ant cannot finish its journey to go where it needed to go, and you are the one move that it was relying on. Sometimes the ancestors, they are relying on you to make that one move. Some people you were born to come kick that rock off the road so that that ant can be free. That is all you came here to do. You don't know how much something you came here to do can go a long way when creating a ripple effect on the entire planet. And guys, as long as you are alive, your movement is mandatory here. Your movement is essential. It is needed. Anybody whose movement is not needed is removed, like the Squid Game. Dead, 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 dead. So as long as you're alive and as long as you're seeing somebody is alive, know that there's got some sort of loyalty that is still holding them alive. They still have some moves they're making in the collective consciousness. So never look at yourself as insignificant. Just live your life knowing that you belong here, like everybody else. You are as important as the most important person on this planet. And you are as insignificant as the most insignificant person on this planet. And that's how you should always walk around. Walk around like the Creator can call on you anytime to go solve some issue. Walk around like you belong here. Walk around like you being here is holding something in space. Because it is. Some people, they behave like being here is their fault. If your fault, just exit. Shida yako. You will not be the first and you will not be the last. But as long as you're alive, know that you are important. There's something you're holding. And the worst thing you can ever do to yourself is give in to the contrast. Now you are here, you're seeing me, I'm seated here, I'm sitting here, kind of doing my job. Now you choose to look at yourself as insignificant. Instead of saying, oh, I'm glad we exist in the same timeline. I'm glad these are my team. Because everybody that exists in you is your team. Me, every time I see people who are very exceptionally admirable in my eye, I'm appreciative that I exist with them. Because guys, imagine existing with someone. It's like going to the same university. It's like going to the same high school with someone. That's how I see it. Existing with people in the same timeline is like going to university with people, with those people in the same. So me, I really look forward to seeing people who are really excellent and just appreciate that I exist with them. I appreciate, even if they don't know me, I appreciate. Even if they don't know who I am, I appreciate that I exist with them in the same timeline. Because now, oh, this is my team. These are the people I get to exist with. And and you look around and you see yourself as part of that. Please start feeling the sense of belonging. And when I say the sense of belonging, I'm speaking to black people especially. Because you black people, there's a lot of rituals that have been done to make you feel like you don't belong here, right? And literally, a lot of those rituals have worked. A lot of black people don't feel like they belong to us. They feel like other people should, belong here more. Literally, walk across African countries. Speak to black people, you will see black people feel like Asians belong here more. Indians belong here more. The Caucasians belong here more. That is the curse. You belong here. When you are being created, your space was put for you just the same way you would be called to a university. Let's say you are called to the University of Nairobi, Harvard. You are called to us. You belong. Your name is in the system. Act like it. So now let's get into the totals. And I'm sure I'll try to make it visible to you guys to also read this. So before I read, I just want to let you all know, let me see if I can put this brighter a little bit. I don't know whether I can make it more. Now this is even more. Okay, let's see. Victim of the enemy of truth. Anybody can be a victim of a pep. So there's a lot of spells for a pep. But then the reason why I'm not even going to give you the source or whatever is because it is all upside down. So even if you go read it, you will not find my translation. I like to avail to you things that I've already translated. So I just chose 2 of them. There are hundreds. But I chose 2 that I think are the most important when we are starting. So now the first spell, these are spells that are done to dispel, to chase away a pep, the demon. A pep, the demon can be between you and your relatives, between you and your family. A pep, the demon can be anywhere. People know, I don't need to tell you much more. So anytime you have issues with that particular demon and you have issues with it in your life, maybe your co-workers or whatever, people are just talking shit. These are things, spells that have been there for centuries. Like for example, this particular spell I think is from 359 AD or something. It's very far away. So since that particular time, people were already talking shit about each other. And these are some of the things that the awakened ones are using to survive. So you can also use this to survive. Failing the enemy of truth. This is the first recital. So this is a recital that you do daily. So I have 2 recitals here, this and this. This is a recital that you do daily and it is called the failing the enemy of truth and justice. Meaning failing a pep, just for a pep to fall. This is what you recite on a daily basis. And then the second one is repelling a pep so that a pep does not even mess with you. And this one you do it every day in the morning before the sun rises. So guys, we start with the first one. You go and do it if you feel like you want to do it. So it is your life you're building. You are the one who knows how much help you need. You are the one who knows how much guns you need. Me, I'm just here to sell the guns. These are spiritual guns I'm selling you. Utilize it if you want. If you feel like you don't need it, well and good, let it go. So now failing the enemy of truth and justice daily. This is not my own opinion on work. These are works that I've found in the pyramid text. I think this is the pyramid text or the papyrus text. I think it's from the papyrus text. And the only thing I've done is needs to change it to match our timeline, because the last changing that was done was very patriarchal to help the patriarchs. So now this one is for our timeline. Just the same way we are doing with Zabur, is the same way we will do. The pyramid text we will change, and the papyrus text we will also change them. So this is one of them. So this is how you recite. Fall upon thy face, O Apep the liar, and the enemy of truth. And guys, when you are reciting these things, make sure your voice is commanding. You cannot recite a spell with a voice like, let's say for example, a voice like this. Fall upon thy face, O Apep the liar, and enemy of truth. You don't beg in the spirit realm, you command. So also know the voices that you use to say spells. Don't beg for anything. So when you're saying a spell, if you want it to be effective, command, yes. Fall upon thy face, O Apep the liar, and the enemy of truth. Submerge. Go forth and recognize. Creep away. Hasten away. Hasten when I hasten, that my true essence may manifest in God. Be upside down in the lake of nothingness, for my truth has commanded that thou be cut into pieces, and the great flame appears against thee. My truth is on the top of the highest hill, opening my eyes that my two lands may meet. The great spiritual judge goes against you, through those who do not evil and accept not evil. And as I read it, I will try to explain certain lines that I want you to really know. The great spiritual judge goes against you through those who do not evil and accept not evil. Every time you do not evil and accept not evil, you are allowing the great spiritual judge, that particular deity. There's a deity called the Great Spiritual Judge, and it has its name. I will bring it to you in due course. Anytime you do not evil and accept not evil, you are working for the Great Spiritual Judge. So this particular spell is saying the Great Spiritual Judge goes against Apep through those who do not evil and accept not evil. Every time you do not evil and accept not evil, you are going against Apep. You are helping the great spiritual judge to go against Apep. The spiritually hygienic ones go against Apep as well. Listen to that. The great spiritual judge goes against you through those who do not evil and accept not evil. And the spiritually hygienic ones also go against you, Apep. The rage of divine authority and fire goes forth against you from the mouth of the wardens of the mysterious portal. So even the divine authority, the greatest dicks, the greatest phalluses in the world that asserts divine authority and rulership, they also go against Apep. Apep, the enemy and the rebel, is annihilated. Apep is crushed, but my truth resets on my standard within her, my womb. My truth rests. Apep is crushed, but my truth rests on my standards within my womb. Hail to thee, O my truth, in the midst of the coils of your protector, the Mehen serpent. I just showed you what the Mehen serpent is. Hail to thee, O my truth, in the midst of the coils of the protector, the Mehen serpent. You are triumphant over Apep. You can either say, you are triumphant over Apep 4 times, or you can say, you are triumphant over Apep. 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 You are triumphant over all thy enemies 4 times. My self-belief is triumphant over all my enemies 4 times. Be brought to shame, O Apep the liar, 4 times. So I'm just going to read it through without stopping, so that maybe you master it, so that you hear the flow of the energy. Fall Fall. This is failing the enemy of truth and justice daily. Fall upon thy face, oh Apep the liar and enemy of truth. Submerge. Go forth and recognize. Creep away. Hasten away. Hasten when I hasten, that my true essence may manifest and go. Be upside down in the lake of nothingness. For my truth has commanded that thou be put to pieces, and the great flame appears against thee. My truth is on the top of the highest hill, opening my eyes that my two lands may meet. The great spiritual judge goes against you through those who do not evil and accept not evil. The spiritually hygienic ones go against you, Apep. The rage of divine authority and fire goes forth against you from the mouth of the wardens of the mysterious portals. Apep the enemy and the rebel is annihilated. Apep is crushed, but my truth rests on my standards within my womb. Hail to thee, O my truth, in the midst of the coils of your protector, the Mehen serpent. You are triumphant over Apep 4 times. You are triumphant over all thy enemies 4 times. My self-belief is triumphant over all my enemies 4 times. Be brought to shame, O Apep the lion, 4 times. That is the first one on a daily basis. Now the second one is a little bit longer than the first one, and it is about repelling Apep, the great enemy, done at rising. If you want Apep to never even mess with you, be brought to shame, Apep, you enemy of truth, 4 times. Get afar away from me, who is in my bone. Be annihilated, you rebel. Fall on your face. May your authenticity be destroyed. Get out of my energy, for your road into my life are blocked. Your roads into my life are blocked. Your paths are stopped up. You are imprisoned in your former place. You are powerless. Your heart is miserable. Your body is feeble. You are maimed and cannot escape. For you are committed to those who are in the place of execution. May the sharp knife butcher. May the sharp knife butcher and cut off your head. May they serve your support system. May they execute you again and again. May they cast you into the raging fire. May they put you in anger, and it shall have power over you. Anger shall devour your body. Anger shall consume your bones and consume your organs. No divine feeling shall take away your children. How does no take away children? No, anything that takes away the 12 hours, the 24 hours has taken you away. So that's how Noom takes away the children. Noom is all about the 24 hours a day. When you don't have 24 hours a day, you are not there. So Noom, divine feelings shall take away your children. Their bodies brought to the fire. Divine anger shall chastise your soul. Your soul shall no longer travel on earth. Apep the liar, the enemy of truth. My self-belief, the child of my authenticity, shall destroy you, Apep. And you shall not conceive. You shall not manifest. You shall not journey to the supports of Shu, who are the divine emotions. You shall neither see, because you have destroyed your own protection, O Apep, you enemy of truth.
I just tweaked it a little bit. No,
Be brought to shame, O rebel Apep. Your name shall be annihilated, and you shall be remembered no more, for I have laid hold on you. You shall be spat upon whenever you are remembered. My truth shall make you impotent. My authenticity shall fetter you, shall finish you. My camouflage shall bind you. My camouflage shall bind you. How useful I am to myself shall destroy you, Apep. Your soul shall not be among winning souls. Your corpse shall not be at the head of the corpses. For the anger of my winds shall bite you, and the flames devour you. The furnace shall be satisfied with you. O Apep, you enemy of truth. Truth rejoices, Atum is glad. My self-belief is happy, for Apep is brought to the flame.
But it's still
Neki is brought to the fire, and he shall be utterly non-existent. So when you're talking about Apep, you can put the name. If you want to be more personal, by the way, guys, you can put the name of the person you are praying against.
Anybody from the gym? Do you feel like you need to?
Maybe you know the name of the person who is involved in your Apep, in Apeping you. Don't be afraid to
That's
call,
good.
to be placed. Every time you hear Apep
Say
here,
things
you
to make
place
people
it
feel
here.
good.
So for example, let's say that person's name is John.
Yeah.
That's just an example. So truth rejoices, and truth is glad.
You going?
My self-belief is happy.
I'll take you now.
For
but I'm
John
not
is
gonna.
brought to the flame. John is brought to the fire. And John
Oh,
shall
here's
be
your book.
utterly non-existent. And John's protection shall be neither in heaven nor on earth. Oh John, you enemy of truth, be brought to shame, be annihilated. Oh John, what
Enough to eat ramen?
so I'm just finished with John, just to tell you how personal you can be
I don't know.
when it comes to this particular prayer. Don't fight people on the outside. It is not girly.
The chips. I don't know the brand.
The
No,
car?
the one they
Fighting people from the outside is not girly. It's manly. We do it. Personally, I grew up as a fighting child. I can fight. But then I don't want to. I'd rather not. I can fight, but I'd rather not. So fighting is very manly. You can always fight in the spirit realm instead of fighting your battles in the physical dimension. Somebody's saying it sounds like Shakespeare. I'm glad, never read. I've heard of Shakespeare. I think Shakespeare is the one who wrote the Merchant of Venice. Right? Or Shades of Tenderness. I don't know, between the two. But I don't really know the work of Shakespeare. I don't even know the identity that much properly. But yeah, these particular spells, there are books. There are certain books with particular spells. I will introduce you to those books, but only after I've translated them. Because that is the only time they'll be useful to you. Right now, if you go to these books, you're going to find a lot of patriarchal things that might be difficult for you to translate, so it will not even be beneficial. So let me translate the books and then I'll introduce you to the books. There's so many. Okay? Oh, Romeo and Juliet. I wanted to say Romeo and Juliet, but I said Merchant of Venice instead. I don't know why I said that. Oh. Anyway, guys, allow me to reach out this class because there's still more that I wanted to teach, but I don't want to teach this particular topic today because I feel like it's going to throw this, what I've taught today, off balance. And I've planned it already. Allow me to teach this other part of this topic on Sunday. Oh, you wrote the Merchant of Venice. Oh, yeah. Okay. My memory is serving me with right guesses. Oh. And that Shakespeare also, you know, there's a lot of controversy around Shakespeare. There's a lot of controversy around everything Albedo anyway. The identity of that Shakespeare, I don't know whether it is true. There's a lot of appeal. Yeah, so I think this is the last. Let me just put this class here as an end. I did not want to mix it because I feel like changanya ni vuruge. If it makes sense. But otherwise, guys, up to this particular point, I will be availing all this spell. There's a lot of things I have coming up for you guys. So don't worry. But for now, you can, I don't know whether you can, how, if you want, you can take, hata ni possible kweli kutake. Hii sidhani kama mnaweza take. Hii lazima tu mngoje nipike nilete. Hii sidhani kama inaweza tekika hii. Sidhani. But at least mmesikiza. Yes, I will post the spells, my dear. Yes. I will post the spells for you guys so that... Yeah, because it's been also long since I posted a spell. It's been long since I posted a spell, so I'll do them. Now that I'm also back to at least posting on the page a little bit here and there. So guys, you've seen. You know the importance now of Apophis. Yes, when a woman is following her intuition, is unpredictable. You can't predict that she's going to be here, she's going to be here, she's going to do this. It makes women very difficult to kill. Women are difficult to kill even in the jungle because of that stronger connection to intuition. Even women animals, they are not easy to kill. Why? Because intuition, they're very intuitive. More intuitive than anything. So intuition is like that realm of the dead. So women are more connected to the realm of the dead. They have an entire realm of the dead going on inside them here. This is an entire realm of the dead going on here. So all this dead, you know, a woman might want to butcher herself, but a woman is two entities different. And let me stand up and explain this to you. You can be this woman, this is a woman and this is another body. So this woman can be that she doesn't love herself, but these people want to survive. So a woman is more intuitive because these ones want to survive sometimes more than this one. So these ones will help this one to survive. So it's not just this one that wants to survive as a woman. This one is also an entity of its own that wants also to survive. They want to get into the future. So it makes women very difficult to predict. Anything that is easy to predict is easy to kill. It's easy to track. It's easy to hunt. So women are not easy to hunt because they have that realm of the dead attached to them. Yes, they send mostly men to war because we are living in the time of Apophis. Men are not even supposed to go to war on their own, of which they are not supposed to be war. See this? We are not even supposed to be having war. Because when you look at the relationship between a man and a woman, a man, but let's not even look at their faces. Look at the body movement then. A man's self-analysis is empty. A man's self-analysis does not have this. A man does not have this inside their self-analysis. It is empty. So now because a woman has this, a woman has to help the man with that through her left hand. So the intuition of a woman, if you have your man, guys, please, your man, how you know even that that is your man, he should always be ahead. When you are intuitive it, he's there with it. You are intuitive it, it's there with it. That's not correct English, but I'm using it anyway, I don't care. You are intuiting it, you are intuitiving it, he's there with memories it. Anytime you intuitive it, he presents it in memory. That's how you know that's your man. A man who you are struggling to make him see what you're feeling in your intuition. Guys, don't even continue. Don't even continue. And sometimes you will find men who they pretend that they are hearing you. They know the intuition that you are on. But then when it comes to actions, they act totally opposite to what you are expecting. Don't even wait. Just dump it and move on to something else. That one is not yours. A man is supposed to listen to your intuition. Like your intuition is always supposed to be in his stomach. Your intuition is always supposed to be in his stomach. Every time he's analyzing, it is you he's analyzing. Okay, maybe Mama Nikwa, you have your man. So your man is always like, okay, how do we protect Mama Nikwa today? Does this do evil to Mama Nikwa? Does this, make evil be accepted to Mama? Like, that is what your man should always be thinking about. Men are not self-protecting beings. They are there to protect women. You should see the way men die aimlessly. Even in road accidents, it's always men that are dying aimlessly. If you deal with children, you see the difference between male children and female children. Male children don't have any, they move like machine, like robots. And I'm always saying, whatever child the universe will give me, if I ever decide to have children, I will take. But boys, boys, just the way they act, especially in our timeline, most boys, if you deal with places where there's a lot of children and boys are always just so, like they don't see the danger, and they get into danger so much, they injure themselves so much because they are just not intuitive, they're not self-protecting, they're not self-preserving, they just go and they just destructive and they can destroy themselves in the process. But then girls are a little bit like, pole, like, hey, I don't want to get hurt, I don't want to get hurt, I don't want to get hurt. And it's because a girl is carrying an entire ancestor inside that stomach. The boy is just like me, whenever I'm with little boys, I'm always holding my hand on my heart because the way they move, sometimes I think it can even fall from the balcony down because of the way boys move. Hey, mothers of boys, I salute you, because me, sometimes I'm just like, I can't mother a boy, but then if I'm given, I will. If I'm given, I will, but hey! Mothering a boy, it's like mothering a demon that wants to kill itself. That's how I see little boys behave. Like something that wants to kill itself. It doesn't care. When they wear skirts, boys, the way they train with skirts, they fall all the time and get very bad injuries because there's no self-preservation. There's no self-preservation. So when they injure terribly. Girls, even on the road where the way girls drive, but boys, anyway, that's the nature of it, is because one is naturally born to self-preserve. The woman is naturally born to self-preserve. So they are already having an entire ancestral lineage they are carrying there. So if they don't self-preserve their body, their lineage will. And this is the war that women have every month. This is the war that women have every month. Because if you refuse to move, listen, as a woman, this entity, this deity wants to self-preserve, and you also want to self-preserve. So what you should be doing is collaborating. If you don't collaborate, you will fight every month. Every month now there's war. Between other women, every month there's war. Between them and this, between this and this. Because women don't realize these are two deities. And they're supposed to be living in collaboration. And that collaboration is what is depicted here. That collaboration is what you see here. If you are collaborating, well and good. You stop collaborating, start having issues. You stop collaborating, you continue to stop collaborating, issues. So as a woman, you're not alone inside that particular vessel. And every month, that's why there's salary. There's accountability every month. As a woman, there's accountability every month. That deity inside of you is asking you, how did you do this month? If you did terrible, you did not listen to yourself, you did not prioritize your own emotions, you get pain every month. Yeah, boys are just, yeah. Yeah, me boys, I know. I know. Yeah, I'm sitting to me, I'm just like, I'm always like, hey, this is a lot of work. But you know, once you've been given, you take care of me. I'll always say, any child that I'll be given, I'll take care of. But then, hey, I just know some are easy, some are not. But anyway, guys, allow me, I think that is the end of the class today. As we are getting into, you know, we are so much into the thick of it with this thing. And I hope that you guys are with me. I know that you guys are with me every step of the way, comprehending as we go. So allow me to end this class here and see you guys again on Sunday, right? You're welcome, Green Leafy. Yeah, thank you guys. Continue taking care of yourself. Somebody's saying thank you for today. I miss classes. Right after. Yeah, welcome. I love you too, Mama Nikwa. What did I miss? So I will post. So wait, you'll have to wait. See you guys as well. And yeah, Erokamano Quinta. Wanyamishi, always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. So bye guys, and see you next time.
Oh, she's done? Isn't that fantastic?